Hello, welcome back to episode 2 of the Twisted World Saga podcast. I'm Ashley NS, author of the series. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to be talking about the main protagonist of the Twisted World Saga, Harmony Carter Krauss. So before we jump straight into everything that happens with her, I want to slow this down for a second and actually talk about who she is as a person, not just what she is in the story, because there's a difference. So a lot of the time when you're looking at a main character, you see what they become, you see the decisions they make, you see how they handle everything that gets thrown at them. But you don't always stop and think about what shaped them before all of that even started. And with Harmony, that part matters. So let's start there. Harmony is 18, and on the surface, she comes off like someone who has things under control. She doesn't look fragile. She doesn't act like she needs help, and she's not the kind of person who immediately leans on other people. She carries herself like she's fine, and in a lot of ways, she is. But that's not the full picture, because her story doesn't really start at 18. It starts earlier, and it starts with loss. She loses her grandmother at 15, and this isn't just someone in the background of her life. This was her person, the one she trusted the most, the one she felt closest to, and the one who grounded her. When you lose someone like that, especially that young, it doesn't just stay in that moment. It follows you. It changes how you think, how you react, and how you connect with people. It makes you more aware of how quickly things can be taken away, and sometimes it makes you hold back without even realizing you're doing it. And that's exactly what happens with Harmony. She holds in a lot. She deals with things internally more than anything else. She's not quick to ask for help, and she's definitely not the type to sit down and talk through everything she's feeling. Most of what she goes through stays in her head. There's a constant internal war going on with her, and most people around her don't fully see it because she doesn't let them in. And if you really think about it, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people walk around looking completely fine on the outside while dealing with things no one else knows about. That's what makes her feel real, because she's not reacting in a way that's exaggerated or unrealistic. She's reacting the way someone actually would. From the outside, she looks strong. She looks like she has control. She looks like she can handle whatever comes her way. That doesn't mean she's not struggling. It just means she's used to handling it on her own. That becomes really important because her life doesn't stay simple. Things start to change, and they don't change slowly. She gets pulled into something bigger than anything she was prepared for, and it all starts happening fast. New people come into her life, new connections form, new realities start to exist that she didn't even know were possible before. And she doesn't get time to ease into it. She has to adjust while it's happening. So now you've got someone who already dealing with loss, already keeping everything internally, and now everything around her is shifting at the same time. That kind of pressure shows you who someone really is. Some people shut down. Some people run. Some people fall apart in a way that everyone can see. Harmony doesn't do that. She adapts. Not perfectly, not without mistakes, not without moments where she struggles more than she lets on, but she keeps moving. And that's really what defines her. She doesn't stop when things get hard. She doesn't collapse under everything all at once. She keeps going, even when she's carrying more than she should have to. And that affects everything. It affects how she trusts people. It affects how she builds relationships. It affects what she says out loud and what she keeps to herself. Because when you're used to dealing with things alone, opening up doesn't come naturally. Trust doesn't come easily. And even when you care about someone, that doesn't mean you know how to let them in. And that creates tension. Not with other people, but within herself too. Because part of her wants connection. And another part of her is used to handling things on her own. Those two things don't always work well together. That internal conflict shows up in her decisions. It shows up in how she reacts when things start to go wrong. It shows up in the moments where she has to choose between holding everything in or finally letting someone see what's really going on. And those moments matter because those are the moments that defy who she becomes. There's also another layer to this. Once someone has already experienced that kind of loss, they don't look at the world the same way anymore. They become more aware, more guarded, more careful about what they're willing to lose again. And that shapes how Harmony moves through everything that comes next. So when you're listening to her story or hearing scenes with her in them, keep that in mind. She's not just reacting to what's happening in front of her, she's reacting with everything she's already been through, everything she's holding in, and everything she hasn't said out loud. That's what makes her different. That's what makes her story hit. Because what you see on the surface is only part of it. The rest is happening underneath.